So, a lot of business owners think they need more hustle, more hours, more revenue. But what you're really craving is something much deeper. You want your business to stop consuming your life. If that's you, listen in. Maybe you've experienced this where you've built a successful business, at least on the outside, it looks successful. But what you really want is freedom and flexibility. And somewhere along the way, though, the business just took over your life. So you're carrying constant pressure. You have nonstop decisions that you're responsible for. There's team issues, financial stress, and you just feel like, gosh, everything depends on me. So if you ever wonder, is this just what entrepreneurship is going to feel like forever? I want you to know at Tap the Potential, we know there is a better way, because when you intentionally build a better business, everything else starts changing in a better direction. It doesn't happen overnight, it's not magical, but it does happen systematically. And one of the first things that changes is you reclaim time. You stop spending every day reacting, putting out the fires, and you start creating systems that reduce the chaos in the business and they improve consistency. So you start protecting your highest value work, and that means you stop getting pulled into every little issue. And your business becomes less dependent on your constant involvement. And your family is going to notice this difference even before you do, because they notice you're no longer checking email through dinner. You stop disappearing mentally when you're sitting on the couch. You laugh more. You're more patient with the kids. You actually are present during family vacations. You're not taking calls during your child's game or ballet recital. And your spouse no longer feels like they're competing with the business for your attention. So instead of saying, just give me 5 more minutes, you're finally able to be there, to be emotionally present. And that changes your quality of life dramatically. And most business owners tell us they feel mentally lighter. They stop waking up at 3 a.m. worrying about payroll. They finally stop working late every night, and they become emotionally present again. And that's when the weekends start to feel restorative instead of stressful. But something else changes too, and that's decision making improves, not just for yourself, but on your entire team. And when you're exhausted, decisions feel urgent, they feel tense. But when you have systems in place, things improve. Your mental bandwidth expands, and your team becomes better at solving problems on their own. So your team is solving more problems, you're less reactive. The problems that you do end up solving feel easier and feel lighter. They might even feel fun again, right? Solving problems can be fun when we don't have so many to solve. And then you can finally focus on profitability and leadership and growth. And that's where your business actually becomes sustainably profitable. So now you're not just grinding harder, the business is operating more efficiently. You're hiring better, you retain better people, your team is getting more and more confident, your leadership strengthens, and accountability improves. So one of the biggest transformations we see is that you stop being the bottleneck in the business. So if you are ready to let go of being that bottleneck and everything flowing through you, being distracted at home in the evenings, your family feeling that you're checked out all the time, and you want a team at work that is more self-sufficient, with people stepping up, their confidence increasing, and you finally having breathing room, then you need to be in our Jumpstart. It is we're you need to be in our Jumpstart. Today is the final day to join us. We're going to be, you need to be in our Jumpstart workshop, how to reclaim 10 hours of your week and pay yourself more. Today is the final day to join us. Get registered now at tapthepotential.com/jumpstart. In this workshop, we're talking about how to reduce owner dependency, how to create those stronger systems, and how to build the profitability into the business so that you can finally have a business that supports your life, not the other way around. We'll see you there.